Hello. Um, I'm just checking to make sure that everything is set up. Um, let's see. I am always curious why chats don't show up. But anyway, my name is Chris. I'm coming to you live from my stamping room in Worthington, Minnesota. So let's get started. True confessions. I don't have a plan. So, what I have is a pile. This is the pile that I have. And keeping in mind that this was on my pile during my last live and I forgot to use it. So, let's see how today goes. My friend Beck in Australia, let's see, I need a little space here. My friend in Australia put out the challenge to use packing tape on a card, and I fully intended to use it on a card last week, and I got done with the card and I had not used the packing tape. So there you have it. I already see that I should have brought over my Garden Green ink. So hang on. Garden Green ink. Easy peasy. All right. So my name is Chris Brower, and I'm coming to you from Worthington, Minnesota, where it is hot and humid and apparently going to get hotter. So I am happy as a clam in my stamping room. So if you're looking for anything in the Stampin' Up world, if you have any questions and you don't have a demonstrator that you already communicate with, please reach out to me and I will help you the best that I can. I'm a retired teacher, and so these days I hesitate, tongue in cheek. I'm a little giddy because, of course, my friends are all, trying to enjoy their last hours of summer vacation. I actually went to the park with several of my former teaching friends, and so that's always bucket filling. But my heart goes out. Schools are not fully staffed. People are worried about what position they will have to fill in addition to the one that they already thought they were going to fill. And my heart really does go out to America's teachers because teaching is hard work and it's even harder when you don't have full staff. So prayers for all of my teaching friends and administrators. So let's turn the camera down and get started. Like I said, I have a pile. So I know I want to use a sketch today. So this is sketch 24, which actually I realized yesterday that I did 24. Wonder if I could punt and do, let's see, I wonder if I could punt and do 30 or 29. I think I already did 25 too. Here I thought I was so far behind in sketches. Oh, goodness. All right, I'm going to really throw all caution to the wind and try sketch 30. So the sketches come from a group that I belong to called Beyond the Training. Beck Hall from Australia designs these and puts them out every week. And I am behind. So this week was my catch-up week. I started catching up on Monday with sketch 23 and then realized I'd already done sketch 23. So, all right, I've got Garden Green ink and a blending brush. I've also got these Greetings for All mix and match, and I haven't used very many of these, and so I thought maybe I would do that instead of stamping today. And then I had do you have a basket of stuff that was left over and you thought you'd use, but you haven't yet? So that's what I have. I have a bunch of these leaves. I'm not even sure they're all the colors that I want, but I put these on here because I really wanted to use this designer series paper. So this is Lovely Garden 12 by 12, and I had scraps and bits and pieces. So again, I am now, I don't think I can do that. I'm going to have to go back to Sketch 25 because I already had some pre-cut pieces. So we're going to do Sketch 25, even though I did it already. But here's what I wanted to show you. So this is from, where did I put that paper? This is from Irresistible Designs. And you guys, this is so cool. I have not played with it yet. But look, each paper has a design in it. So the floral, which is the one I'm going to use today, this checkerboard plaid, which is also going to be very fun. And I think there's one more. Oh yeah, there's one with leaves. There's the leaf pattern. So you could use them to do white on white cards. But what I thought I would do today is try to have that floral design kind of pop. So let's see what's happening. What happens when I go over it with my blending brush. Very fun. Very fun. Love it. Love it. It just really makes that pattern pop up to the surface. And you saw that I didn't need much ink at all. The edges, of course, will be a little bit highlighted because that's where I'm getting the majority of my ink. Let's go a little bit more. And I'm just going to fill the whole ding dang thing. What do you think? I think I thought I was just going to do the center, but there we have it. The whole piece very much popped up. Isn't that cool? I thought that that would be kind of fun. All right, let's set the ink out of the way, blending brush out of the way, and then I had, so I had previously looked, oh my gosh, everything is just so crooked today. What is going on here? Let's get situated. Raise you up a little bit. Get the focus in there. Gads. All right, so I've got some of this designer series paper for my first layer. Then I'm going to use the one that I just colored for the second layer. I've got a piece of complementary paper there. And then there's this piece. Before I go to that piece, let's just go ahead and glue this all down because I think in my head this was all flat. So I know this layer is going to be flat. What's everybody doing today? It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon in Worthington, and it is 76 degrees, which you would think it would be just a delightful Minnesota day. But of course, we have to have that dang humidity. So like I said, I had gone to the park. Actually, we went to the school playground, and I have 3 friends with littles. And so we went to the park and the littles played and the moms chatted about how much nobody really wants to go back to work and leave their littles. And we all get that. Well, I don't necessarily, but, you know, I empathize with it. And anyway, I got myself a little sweaty just standing there and visiting. Okay, so you'll see this set comes with the white on black and the black on white. So let's see. what I want. Well, I'm working on thank you cards actually for the Helping Hands Pregnancy Center. So let's just go ahead and pull out a thank you. And then do you see in the sketch here, let me pull this down, how there's this banner piece? Well, I thought maybe because I had all these greens cut, maybe instead of actually putting a banner, I would just stack up some leaves. I don't like the mossy meadow on there. I don't mind the soft seafoam. And I may have to cut these apart to get the shape that I'm after. And I think that that's fine. Let me go ahead and cut off these 2 or 3 bottom ones. So while I was at the school outside, I decided, well, I'm this close. Maybe I should go in and say hi to my old boss and see how she's faring the end of summer, because, you know, administrators go through the end of summer blues also. They are kind of, you know, they have to switch gears now because they've had their summer of doing whatever it is that administrators do all summer. It's kind of a mystery, isn't it? I just am noticing that these are cut out on the two-tone cardstock. So I get to have a variety of colors here. So now I'm going to set that one aside, and I'm going to layer the two-toned color on the top. Oh, here, this one has the two-tone. All right, let me trim off this one and that one. Okay, so for those of you that are watching, do you have kids going back to school? Does that make you excited? I think this is about the time of the summer when parents are ready to, shall we say, give their kids back to their teachers. And we know that as teachers that you you are tired moms and dads. You've entertained your littles, your tweenagers all summer. So now it's the teachers' turns. So, like I said, I am watching this as I am taping it on YouTube. I, for whatever reason, cannot see comments. So I never know if that means nobody's watching or if I just have something set up wrong and I am never going to see comments. But let's assume that you are watching the replay. And so please let me know that you're watching the replay. And if there's any questions or anything you'd like to know about me, about the products, and I will try to help you out the best I can. Let's see. I just need a little more of the lighter green on the other side. So I'm just trimming away little bits and pieces to get a little bit of a variety of color in here. I will also be pulling in a little bit of the soft seafoam because guess what? That garden green on the white definitely takes on a soft seafoam look, doesn't it? And also definitely complements what I'm trying to do here. So I'm glad I pulled out some of this color also from my little scrap heap. It's kind of a heap, I must say. It's kind of fun though, when you're making a card, to pull out these, like I said, extra bits and pieces that at one point you felt like perhaps had no purpose because they were just surplus. Let me get my pick tool. I'm going to put some small dimensionals on the back, and let's just pick those off and dispose of them properly. And I think I'm going to put it right smack dab in the center. Well, that isn't the center. It's hard when you're not looking down on your card. Okay. Got a little extra glue on there. We're going to fix that up here in a second. Let's see. I think that I can leave the inside this color. I don't think that this is too dark of a color to be writing a thank you note in. Sometimes, you know, we put white on the inside, but I think we'll be fine here with this crushed curry. And I am just going to do that on the inside. Okay, so I will kind of clean up this little pile, and some of it will obviously go back into my my little basket where I have all the extra pieces. Let's go ahead and stamp the back. If you don't have a stamp with your name or your business, I always encourage people to at least initial the back. And my sister always puts the date or the year. She always puts something on the back with her initials. Burnish that nicely. And now let's see what I've got for some bling bling. A little bit of color on here. So when in doubt, you can always use rhinestones. Those are the right color. They're crushed curry. Oh, these might be kind of fun. Let's see what those look like on there. Oh, and I could put a butterfly on, couldn't I? All right, let's see what we've got here. So for sure, we're going to put a butterfly because we can, because we have them, and they are not to be saved. They're to be used. So let's put a butterfly right there. Just one. I mean, come on. We don't want to use them all. All right. And then I think I'm going to use this soft seafoam-ish color. These are the shades of green hexagons, and they're so pretty. I think they're going to be pretty on here. So I'm just going to use these pale ones. Just gives it another little dimension. Let's put one there. They don't hardly show up, but yet they do. Let's put one there. And let's put another one right by it. There we go. You know, there's no rhyme or reason on where you put the gems. I am sorry about how crooked my camera looks today. I feel like it is focusing in and out. I don't know why. By the way, CB $4, we are, oh, for crying out loud. Are any of you screaming at me Okay, squirrel. First of all, we're having a used sale at the Living Waters Covenant Church tomorrow from 10 to 7. So if you're in the Worthington, Minnesota area, come to the used sale, bring cash. Secondly, I am not going to be done. I am still going to use the packing tape. Okay, so what Beck has encouraged us to do is to give our card just another dimension and to put your pieces on a piece of packing tape. All right. And don't let it get twisted up like I just did, but I'm going to be okay. All right. So they are on a piece of packing tape. This one is, the end is hanging off a little bit. And I'm going to fix that by just putting another layer there. And I think that'll be okay. All right. So now we're going to cut these apart. And we're going to trim around them. Can they be a little bit of a fussy project? Yes. But they're going to give my card, like I said, another whole dimension. So I'm going to trim off. I hope you can see what I'm doing. So these are the pieces that I trimmed off that I thought were kind of odd shaped. And so now I'm going to make them not odd. And I'm going to leave the packing tape, obviously, right over the top. Okay, there's one. Probably not the easiest to do with such small pieces, but hey, where there's a will, there's a way. These two overlap themselves, which is going to be, I think, fabulous. If I had taken my embossing buddy and put a little powder on the back of these, that would also make them easier to fussy cut. So there's a little tip if you are going to try this at home. Yeah, so my little pile of pieces that I was going to store for another card just got smaller. And that's what it's all about. Use up what you have. Use up your little pieces. Now, I don't want all of this shiny part in the middle here, so I am going to cut that apart. I don't know if it would have mattered or not. By the way, if the doorbell rings, I'm going to be super excited because my pre-order of the mini Christmas, fall and Christmas catalog is coming today. So I'm super excited. That's one of the bonuses of being a demonstrator. We get to order early and see the catalogs early and, you know, all of that good stuff. So if you sign up, I mean, even if you sign up today, you would get to see the new catalog before it comes out in September. You actually get to put things from the new catalog into your joining offer. So if you're interested in joining, let me know and I can show you all of the goodies that are in the new catalog. but only if you are seriously considering signing up. I think that's how that works anyway. If it doesn't work that way, then for sure your very next order gets to include the items that are brand new. There is so much stuff in the new catalog. I think that I'll have to do an unboxing. I don't think I've done an unboxing. Well, for sure haven't done one for a long time. But I ordered more in this pre-order than I think I ever have. I am getting ready for Cozy Craft Retreat, and I don't know what I'm using yet. And so I needed to buy a little bit of everything. All right, so here we go. We are going to add our glossy leaves now. And I mean, I still want all of those other goodies to show. I want that under there. I actually want that soft seafoam one to show a little bit more. So let's gently pull that up. Slide that over. Come on, work with me. Work with me. There we go. Put that back down. What do you think? Are you going to dive in and try some of the glossy effect on your cards? Or is this just way too much putzing for you? Tell me in the comments. I like it. I mean, I'm not going to do this on every card. No way, no how. But it's kind of fun. Just gives it another dimension. And I thank Beck for the challenge of trying something different. She spun her wheel already today for the... She says she challenges us to use her little technique, and then you're eligible to be on her wheel of winners, and then you have a chance to win something from her. But I am too late. So anyway, there we go. So now we've got a little texture on our leaves. It almost looks like I embossed them. So I'm going to be done putzing with it. I'm going to clean up, and I'm going to get ready for, I am crafting on a Zoom this afternoon with a dear, sweet friend of mine, and I am looking forward to spending some time with her. What I will be doing is pricing things for the used sale. So again, if you live in this area, come on down and see me tomorrow at the church. And if you decide to try something with the packing tape, please post it in the comments, and maybe there will be a prize. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great day.